Greetings, dear colleagues. We are continuing. Now we are going to have a speech of Yuriy Vitrenko, and we are going to speak about the possibilities and opportunities for investors in the oil and gas sector in Ukraine. So this is going to be questions and answers, and I understand it's not a presentation actually. Of course, first you should. It's a press briefing. So first of all, I would like to say that the strategy of Naftogaz is the main priority for our enterprise is to develop effective gas market in Ukraine. Instead of building some sort of empire, we should develop our organization to improve it, not to make it a monopoly. We see our role as we need to create a competitive, open and free market, and when this market is formed for our company, maybe there won't be a place for this company, for our company in the market. So it should be maybe even liquidated. So we should understand the context. So we direct our efforts to develop the market, to attract new players in the market, and to develop competitiveness. Regardless that some companies do not want some competitors to enter the market, but we create the atmosphere of competitiveness in the market. And the same is the development of resource bases of production. We are interested not only in the resource basis of our company and our possibilities to extract. We understand our role, our mission, broader than development of Naftogaz. This is the short introduction, and I'm going to answer your questions. So please introduce yourself. Vitaly Kryzhevsky, Ukrainian News. So here we have a question about Frontera. In the site we saw the information that they want to have an extraction about 7. So when you signed this memorandum, what were the figures if we are speaking about the export in Ukraine? So the structure of resources, we are interested in the figure that they confirmed due to audit of the resources. American company confirmed this figure, and we used the reports of this company in the American exchange market, Security Exchange Commission. And this company confirmed to Frontera that they have 30,000 million of resources, prospective resources, recoverable prospective resources. We were interested in the figure because the Georgian market do not have the opportunity to consume these resources, and they should export this gas. They can't export it to Russia. Maybe they can bring it to Turkey, but the relationship between countries are rather difficult, and Georgia will be some sort of a hub where not only Frontera but even Russia want to, and you know about the plans, and also Turkmen gas and Azerbaijan gas. And for us, it was understandable that for Frontera, Ukrainian market, as for consumption and for transportation of gas through Ukraine to Europe, is very prospective. Now I want to come back to some technical aspects. So the deposits of hydrocarbons, oil and gas, they are classified for different levels of extraction, so different categories of deposits and resources. There are several factors that influence the classification of deposits. One of the factors is geological information, the study of this information. So first of all, they drill, they study the possibilities of this this oil field, and this provides the technical information. And then we should understand whether there is sustainability and what profits we can get. And then, in this way, we can classify the fields and the resources of the gas. When you have enough geological information to understand that there is gas or oil, so to understand whether it is economically sustainable to extract this oil or gas, what money you should spend to do this, and what profit you can get. And for Frontera, the main idea is whether it is possible to export in Ukraine or through Ukraine to establish the price. They can classify the resources as supplies, and they can't take the decision whether it is economically sustainable to extract this gas. So this is the answer to your question. Your question is going to be relevant in 2 or 3 years, when then first there are going to be economic analysis, whether it is possible to extract and export this gas. Then they need to make test drilling and to lift off the risks of extraction, and then and then only after this they can in some time they can work in this market, in the Ukrainian market. So this is the beginning of the very long way. So 2 or 3 years till we can speak about supplies in more detail, and we speak about 2017 maybe. So please introduce yourself, Alexander. I would like to ask about Frontera, about terminal. Whether they have some estimates of what is it going to cost, this terminal, and when it is going to happen, when this construction is going to begin. I don't want to go in technical details, but there is an old approach when a terminal was built for liquefaction, and then now there is an alternative technology when you rent a floating terminal that can be used for liquefaction, and then we have an alternative to build or to rent and to pay a rental fee. And now in the world market there is excess of LNG, and the proposition of and to rent the floating platforms is easier. And we analyzed $50 million is the cost of the first price to rent this floating platform, and we analyzed it with a TIS company. And it is not our first memorandum signed about the terminal. We signed the terminal like this, and it was in the press with Odessa company, TIS, in the region of Yuzhny port, and with the company Naftogaz. There was a project of Ukrainian investors who wanted to bring this platform. Unfortunately, that project wasn't realized because they couldn't deal with the issue of crossing the Bosphorus. And this platform and this is not critical. There are more critical questions about resource basis and extraction and the confirmation of information. And in the case of crossing the Bosphorus, going along the Bosphorus is also the issue. So any other questions? After the release of Washington Conference, there was a trial stone, and when they said that when the law will be passed, that what share of the market will be taken by this company. Did you speak about the share in the market of the company? No, we didn't speak about share of the market. It's not our question. We are for competition in the market, for the open competitive market. If they are dynamic, so they will take more share, the bigger share of the market. So people should have real choice, and the best world practices should be brought into Ukraine, because our traders, they were used as structures for minimization of taxes or money laundering. That's why we want that people with good business practices come to the market. And what we see in the European market and in Ukrainian market, these are very different situations. That's why we want people to come to Ukraine and help us develop the market. And whether they are going to be successful or not, it depends on them. And we just want to create competitive environment. What will be the volume of the gas in the first quarter of the year? I didn't think about it at all. So Tollstone is one of our main suppliers, and they sell monthly 6 million per day. So 200 million a month. So if they are going to continue, so they can sell 2 billion. So maybe it depends on many factors. That's why I can't answer this question. Did you raise a question about the participation of American companies in the storage facilities and the management of storage facilities in Ukraine? So there was a panel during which we discussed this issue. Kobolev Adams is Ministry of Economy, the head of State Property Fund, and they discussed the prospects of privatization and the attraction of investors to Ukrainian gas supply system management. So there were issues, and people were they were interested in smaller scale projects. It was business-like panel. So. And American shale revolution, gas shale revolution, it happened due to small companies. they are more innovative, they are more risky. That's why in the American market, these small companies, they come first and they make drilling, and then when they confirm that there are some deposits of some categories so then after them, bigger companies, they come to the market. So not the issues are not about wildcat drilling. For example, this is a practice of small companies, and this company can have one drilling facility. But these companies, they are the engine of the progress, and we are at the stage when we need risky investments. We have war, we have economic turmoil, but these greenfield drilling, these are all very risky projects. And we can't count that big companies will come here now at the moment. So, and Americans stressed this issue. Infrastructure, climate, all this should be, they should be appropriate for these companies. So, for example, Frontera invested $172 million. It's not a big project, but still we can't compare some things. So there are some companies that can invest billions, but we can't compare the projects among themselves, because some companies are so, for example, when they analyze the situation, scientists analyze the situation, and they want to invest some money, for example, 200 million. So we discussed the issues of smaller objects, smaller. For example, they asked about small facilities. In order in order for American companies to come to market and be some sort of provide some activities. So if we're speaking about transit, maybe they won't build terminals and they just rent it. Maybe it's the most. Yes, maybe that is right. So we should try different options. One of the options, some sort of exotic variant, CNG. The distance to transport CNG is smaller, but there are new technologies that allow to transport gas, CNG, for longer distances, for 2,000 kilometers. It depends on the infrastructure in the country, because economically it is better to if you can use it further in the country. So to supply it in the tubes. So these technologies are prospective and economically sustainable, but they need a lot of calculations. And now there is a trend in the development of oil and gas industry that it becomes a technological business, because previously it depended on the material basis, but now the cost should be lower, and those approaches that are used, they are used in they use startups and innovative approach, And if we say that, for example, we don't have this technology, or the transportation is possible only for 500 kilometers, but we should count take into account new tendencies and apply new technologies. And the best case scenario that we will have first floating platform, because if you build it, it will take longer. We can bring it and here, and we can rent it. We can just rent it, and if we build it, so it will take some time. But we told Frontera that we imported. We will import less, and first, economically, it's not sustainable, and there is also an energy efficiency and the rise of prices that lead to that people spend less of gas, use less of gas. And we want to increase extraction. The second part of the memorandum is dedicated to extraction in Ukraine, and in 4 years we want to import 3 million of and they want to adapt their strategies. And the price formation in the Ukrainian market, whether it will be hub plus transport or hub minus transport. For example, $235 dollars, or if we say about hub minus transport, it is going to be less than $200. And from the part of the economic calculations and the sense to extract, this is a great difference. So not all those resources that can be extracted at the price of 270 is worth extracting, for example, if they cost less than 200. So the platform is going to be in Odessa. The problem is connection to infrastructure, that the gas could go to the pipeline. And for you to understand, we are, as a company, and Ukrtransgaz is our subsidiary, and we need to provide equal access to our infrastructure. And technically, it is a difficult issue. This issue of this is also a part of great technical work for us. Any other questions, colleagues? A question about credit for bringing gas into storage facilities. Is it the idea of Naftogaz, or whether it is or the international organizations don't want to provide credit to young organization? No, the Europeans, they it is it's easier to provide money for the state, but they can, EBRD, they provided funds to Naftogaz, and Naftogaz is a state company and under state guarantees, and they I mean that today international organizations, not commercial banks, because commercial banks, it's a different story. International commercial banks, they are not ready to provide funds, not even to European companies, if they will bring these gas to Ukrainian storage facilities, because the risks are high, and in this case, Ukrainian government and our ministry, and we motivate competition. Because not Naftogaz should sell gas. We don't want to be a monopoly. We say, let it be someone else. And we want to show that we should start with something. For example, if some European company brought gas to Ukraine and then sold this gas within the country or in the European country, that would be a great motivation for our company, for other companies to do the same. So we should start from something, and we should go into the right direction. Thank you, and thank you all, and till the next time.
Вопросов по поводу каких-то лыжников, Каспиева и всего остального.
Это не наш лыжник.
Что? Какую? Про лыжника и Каспиева?
Он должен появиться не завтра.
Лыжник или Каспиев?
Лыжник.
Это да.